The word humiliation is not one that we often associate with Jesus. It's one that we can't help but read in a negative light. But as we're going to see, when it's connected to Jesus, it has some really good news. Humiliation, as we typically understand it, means to put someone to shame. But in an older sense, the word also refers to humility, the characteristic of being humble or not thinking too highly of oneself. And both senses of this apply to Jesus. Positively, we see that Jesus, as the Son of God, is equal with God and worthy of all glory, honor, and praise. But Jesus humbled himself by taking on human flesh. He left his glorious state and came in the likeness of human flesh. So that's the positive. Now, here's the negative, okay? Jesus humbled himself, and Philippians says that he did so to the point of death, even death on a cross. Jesus experiences a humiliating death, the worst kind of death a person could experience in that day. He was mocked and ridiculed, and he was left to die in shame. But in this, in both Jesus' humility and in his humiliation, there's good news. In his humility, Jesus humbled himself so that he could live as we do in order to fulfill God's commands for us and to save us from sin. And in his humiliation, Jesus became sin for us so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. In other words, Jesus' humiliation is at the heart of the gospel itself. And all people everywhere are called to humble themselves and respond to Jesus' humility by turning from their sin and believing in him for the forgiveness of their sins.